You will want to pick it up by the base. If you pick it up by this white part.
Instruction occurs in a variety of ways. In the episode you're about to see, Jenny Newhall, a fourth grade teacher, wants her students to understand that a balance beam will balance if the number of tiles times the distance on one side of its pivot point is equal to the number of tiles times the distance on the other side of the pivot point. As you watch the episode, notice how Jenny combines both large and small group instruction in her lesson.
As you're looking at your balance, on the left side, put 4 tiles above the 8. See on here there are numbers. Find the 8 or count down 8 pegs and put 4 tiles on the 8. Now on the other side, materials managers, put 1 tile above the 2. Now these are the rules for the tiles. You can't move these 4, and you have to leave this 2 right where it is. Now you have to add more tiles to this side to make it balance. So what you have to do for the next 5 minutes is think about where you would put more tiles and draw it. You see on your worksheet number 1, you have a scale. You need to write on there where you would put them to make this balance. You're just going to guess. So you need to take 5 minutes. Don't try it yet. Just think. Take 5 minutes to think about where you would put more tiles on this side. Sean, do not put tiles on yet. Just think for 5 minutes. And complete worksheet number 1. 5 minutes.
The students then go to work thinking about and discussing where they will put tiles in order to make the balance beam balance.
Okay, I think you should put one of the ones that would possibly work is 3 on 10 because 4 on 8 is the same as 32, like 32 on one side, and since we only have 2 on the other side, we need to make it equal, and so 3 on 10 would equal 30, so we'd have 32 on both sides. I did a short one.
Have you decided?
I decided this because 4 times 8 is 32, and 1 times 2 equals 2, plus 6 plus 5, 6 times 5 equals 30, and 30 plus 2 equals 32.
We see that Molly and Drexel have both offered correct but different solutions. Here we see Molly's. And here we see Drexel's solution.
6 times 5 equals 30, and 30 plus 2 equals 32.
Jenny moves among the groups offering support and suggestions, and she sees that the discussion has led to a variety of correct solutions to the problem.
Okay. You can tell me one solution, a prediction that did work. Allison?
You could have done 3 on this side, on number 10.
3 on 10.
And it would work because you already have 4 over there, and if you put 3...
Okay, wait, I just wanted one that worked. You put 3 on the 10, and you said that one worked?
Yes.
I need somebody who can come up here and draw that on the board, and then explain to us why it works. You can come up and draw that on the scale that I have up here, and then explain to us why it works. Danielle, would you like to do that? Now listen, you may have a different reason, so you're going to need to listen to Danielle. Okay, Danielle, and that made it balanced for you. We had 4 over on the 8 on the left side. On the right side, I put 1 on the 2, and what Danielle did was to add 3 to the 10. Danielle, can you explain to us why that worked?
Danielle offers an explanation, and Jenny then asks some of the other students to share their solutions and their thinking with the class. Let's look at 2 more of them.
Madeline, can you explain that for us?
Because 8 times 4 tiles equals 32, and on the other side, if 10 times 3 equals 30 plus 2 equals 32.
Can you go up and write that on the board for us? Put the numbers underneath where the tiles are, and then write those equations for us. Let's look at what he's telling us when he gets it up on the board. Madeline, why don't you just put the numbers under the one where the tiles are? That'll save you some time, honey. Okay. And now, can you write something up there to show us why that works? See what he's done?
Yes.
Thank you, Madeline. He has a number sentence on both sides, doesn't he? Over on this side, he came up with 8 because he went down 8 times 4 because he has 4 tiles. And he knew that 8 times 4 equals 32. When I started out with just a 2 over here, what do you suppose Madeline thought to himself to figure this out? Blair?
He needs something to add up to 32.
He needs something to add up to 32, and since we already have 2, now he needs something that will add up to, Blair? 30. And that's why he came over here and put 3 on the 10. Now, Becky, a minute ago, you had a different solution. Would you go up and do that one for us? Erase that and do the one that you have. Now, can you write a number sentence underneath to show us how that works?
To me, anyway, there is a large absence in this list of characters. There's a very imposing presence in the book, The Lord of the Flies. A very imposing presence that has not been mentioned in this list of characters. Do you know which presence I'm talking about? Zach?
The Beast.
The Beast, okay. Now, what is the difference between the Beast, which certainly is a character in the story, the difference between the Beast and every other character listed on the board? Janine?
The Beast is only described from the point of view of the boys on the island, and the Beast is what the boys think the Beast is. It's many things.
Okay. Would anybody in here deny the fact that the Beast is as important a character as any other character in this novel? Would anybody disagree with that? And you may decide to disagree with it in your groups. Talking about the Beast as being a combination of different aspects of the personality represented by our 5 main characters. When working in small groups, I find it important to do several different things. First of all, when we begin the lesson, I need to give a firm structure, knowing that we're going to break up into smaller groups. It's important that each student knows his or her own responsibility to him or herself, but also responsibility to the group at large. So I try and be very explicit about what we're going to be exploring and how we're going to be exploring that. So in the first 8 or 10 minutes, I will go through this structuring of a lesson where I try and grab their interest in a single focal point from which I can then diverge. When everybody has come to a consensus, you will list on a separate sheet of paper what your group thinks each of these 5 characters represent. And then we'll gather back together to see how the groups compare with one another. Okay? Please remember that when you get into your groups, you'll be in groups of 5, that everybody needs to participate, and that when someone